2024's disaster epic Twisters will feature a star on the rise from the Top Gun franchise, which, combined with the large-scale action sequences, make it the perfect movie for those waiting for Top Gun 3. The cast for Twisters will be led by Daisy Edgar-Jones and Glenn Powell as new characters with seemingly no connection to the stars of the original Twister. Powell has risen through the ranks of Hollywood stardom after his turn as the amazingly arrogant Jake "Hangman" Saracen in Top Gun, Maverick, and he's made his mark on other genres besides action. Twisters is reportedly neither a sequel nor a reboot, but rather a separate story that is still set in the universe laid out in 1990 SIX's smash hit Twister. Glenn Powell will star as Tyler Owens, a daredevil storm chaser whose role echoes that of Cary Elwes Jonas from the first film. Powell at the head of another action-heavy blockbuster makes Twisters the ideal movie for fans of the Top Gun franchise, and fans of big-budget action in general. Glenn Powell's Twisters role is a lot like Top Gun's Hangman. His character is once again charismatic yet arrogant, but clearly not a villain in any way. Glenn Powell as Tyler Owens in Twisters. Judging by the new Twisters trailer, Glenn Powell's character Tyler Owens bears many resemblances to his character from Top Gun, Maverick, Hangman. Both are clearly charismatic and, to some degree, magnetic due to their confidence. However, for both characters, that attitude goes well beyond confidence and evolves into a narcissistic form of arrogance. Both Hangman and Tyler Owens are almost stereotypical in how that arrogance makes them seem like a jerk, albeit they never cross into the boundary of true villainy. In Top Gun, Maverick, Powell's Hangman acts as a rival to Miles Teller's Bradley "Rooster" Bradshaw, even antagonizing him to the point of violence. However, Hangman's true colors shine through at the end of the movie, which ends with him supporting, and ultimately rescuing, Rooster in their deadly mission. Powell's Twisters character seems to be following a somewhat similar arc, as the trailer makes it seem like he will begin as a storm-chasing rival to Daisy Edgar-Jones' character before ultimately aligning with her to support her research endeavors. Twisters will be key for Glenn Powell's movie stardom before Top Gun 3. Twisters could show how big a draw Glenn Powell has become. Twisters will represent an interesting turning point for Glenn Powell, as it will be a true test of how big a draw he has become as an actor. His most recent noteworthy roles have been as a supporting or secondary character. In Top Gun, Maverick and Devotion he played a significant character but was secondary to the film's star. Even with him being billed as the male lead in the 2023 surprise hit romantic comedy Anyone But You, it could be argued that his co-star, Sydney Sweeney, had much greater influence and public interest at the time of the movie's release. Daisy Edgar-Jones may be billed as the top star and lead of Twisters, but Powell is undoubtedly the biggest star in the cast. The trailer makes it clear that he will have a co-starring role, and will be much more than just a side character in the main star's journey. The 2024 disaster epic will be the best test yet of whether Powell has become a true box office draw in his own right. Twisters could give Glenn Powell another franchise besides Top Gun. If Twisters is a critical and box office hit, it could spawn a franchise. Glenn Powell in Devotion. Movie franchises are built on one thing: box office returns. The first Twister movie was an absolute monster at the box office, as it grossed nearly $500 million on a budget that came in under $100 million. While it may not be fair to set that bar that high for the indirect sequel being released 28 years later, the budget for Twisters is estimated to be at least $200 million, so there is more pressure for it to perform. If it is a major success at the box office, it could spawn a new franchise for Universal. Twisters could also establish Glenn Powell as a major action star, as he will have 3 big-budget action movies on his resume within just a couple of years. Top Gun, Maverick is regarded as one of the best action movies of all time, and even though his historical epic Devotion was not a box office success, it was well received by critics, and Powell was highlighted as a reason why. It would not be overstating things to say that Glenn Powell's path forward in Hollywood will be determined by the success of Twisters.